Assalamu alaikum. Today we discuss about the anatomy of the pharynx. The pharynx is the part of both digestive and respiratory system. In respiratory system, the pharynx acts as a passageway leading from the mouth and nose to the esophagus and larynx. Two small tubes, a eustachian tube, connect middle ear to the pharynx and allow the air pressure on the eardrum to equalize. Pharynx, as a part of the digestive system, its muscular wall function in the process of swallowing, and it serves as a pathway for the movement of the food from the mouth to esophagus. The learning objective of our two-day lecture is we discuss about the anatomical position of the pharynx, structure of the pharyngeal wall, structure associated with pharynx, division of the pharynx, muscular attachment of the pharynx, function of the pharynx, blood supply and nerve supply of the pharynx. Pharynx. The angular name of the pharynx is a wide funnel-shaped muscular tube 12 to 14 cm in length. It is located posterior to the nasal and oral cavities. Pharynx extends from the base of the skull to the level of C6 cervical vertebra, where it continues with esophagus. The pharynx is widest opposite to the hyoid bone and narrowest at the junction where it joins with esophagus. At the superior end of the pharynx there is nasal cavity and the mouth, and the inferior end there is larynx and esophagus, as we show in the diagram. Structure of the pharyngeal wall. The pharyngeal wall consists of 5 layers of different types. Outer layer is mucosal membrane, submucosal membrane, pharyngeal basilar fascia, pharyngeal muscles, 3 constrictor muscle and 3 longitudinal muscle, bucopharyngeal fascia. The outer layer is mucous membrane, which lies the pharyngeal cavity, continues with mucous membrane, eustachian tube, nasal cavities, mouth and larynx with stratified squamous epithelium except the nasopharynx where it is lie at slated glandular epithelium. Pharyngeal aponeurosis or fascia is situated between the mucus and the muscular layer. It attaches the wall of the pharynx to the base of the cranium. It is thick above where the muscular fibers are wanting and firmly connect to the basilar portion of the occipital and the temporal bone. Muscular cord. The muscular layer consists of 2 types of layers, external layer and internal. External constrictor muscle, superior constrictor muscle, medial constrictor muscle and inferior constrictor muscle. Internal layer, stylopharyngeus muscle, salpingopharyngeus muscle and platopharyngeus muscle. The inner layer is bucopharyngeal fascia, outer surface of the constrictor muscle and buccurator muscles of the cheek. Upper part of the superior constrictor muscle blend with the pharyngeal aponeurosis. The aponeurosis is the type of the connective tissue found throughout the body which provides the attachment from the muscle to the bones, from the muscles to the organ, muscles together and behind the muscle to other tissue. The important function of the aponeurosis for the muscle movement and postures. Structure associated with pharynx. At the superior end, there is inferior surface of the base of the skull. Inferiorly continues with esophagus and larynx. Interiorly, the wall is incomplete because of opening into nose, mouth and larynx. Posteriorly, areolar tissue, inflammatory muscle and the body of the first cervical vertebra. Division of the pharynx. The pharynx is divided into 3 parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx, the blue portion of the pharynx is nasopharynx and green portion is oropharynx and the yellow part of the diagram is laryngopharynx. These parts have anatomical importance and these parts have different physiology. First, nasopharynx. The nasopharynx lies posterior to the nasal cavity, inferior to the sphenoid, and superior to the level of soft palate. It's the passageway only for the air. It lined with pseudostratifus columnar epithelium. The nasopharynx closed during the swallowing and to prevent the food from entering into the nasal cavity. Important feature of the nasopharynx: the adenoid tonsils or pharyngeal tonsil lies high on the posterior wall of the nasopharynx, which contains the different lymphoid tissue, create the immunity in the child, and two eustachian tubes open into the lateral wall of the nasopharynx, one leading to the each middle ear will help in hearing. As you saw in the diagram, the adenoid tonsils and eustachian tube is present in nasopharynx. Oropharynx. Oropharynx extends inferiorly from the level of soft palate to epiglottis. It's open to the oral cavity where an arch is called fussis. As you show in the diagram, the arch by which the oral pharynx open into the oral cavity. It lined with stratified squamous epithelium. Oropharynx is the passageway for the food and air both. The important feature of the oropharynx: palatine tonsils lie in the lateral wall of the fussis, and the lingual tonsils cover the base of the tongue. As you saw in the diagram, the palatine tonsils and the lingual tonsils. Laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx extends from the superior border of the epiglottis and pharyngoepiglottic fold to the inferior border of the cricoid cartilage, which is the part of the larynx. It also a pathway for both food and air. The border of the laryngopharynx posteriorly related to the bodies of the C6 and C3 to C6 cervical vertebra, and medial and the inferior wall form the constrictor muscle of the pharynx, and the longitudinal muscle platopharyngeus and scalopharyngeus muscle of the pharynx. The piriform recess, small depression of the laryngopharyngeal cavity on the other side of the laryngeal inlet, which is separated by aryepiglottic fold. As you show in the diagram, the piriform recess, a small depression in the laryngopharynx, which is separated by the aryepiglottic fold. So the overall structure of the pharynx is consists of mucous membrane, which is different in different part of the pharynx. In nasopharynx, which is lying with the nose at the slated columnar epithelium, and oropharynx and laryngopharynx, it is covered with stratified squamous epithelium, which is lined with mouth and esophagus. And the inner fibrous tissue, thicker in nasopharynx, where the little muscle and become thinner towards the lower and paired muscle layer thick, and the smooth muscle layer constrictor muscle role in mechanism of swallowing. Pharyngeal muscle, external constrictor muscle and internal longitudinal muscle. The external constrictor muscle responsible for constructing the pharyngeal during the swallowing. It's supplied by vagus nerve and pharyngeal plexus. As you saw in the diagram, superior constrictor muscle, medial constrictor muscle, and inferior constrictor muscle of the pharynx. Internal longitudinal muscle elevated, shortened, and widened the pharynx during the swallowing and speaking. These are platopharyngeus muscle, stylopharyngeus muscle, sulfingopharyngeus muscle. These muscles are supplied by pharyngeal branch of the 10th cranial nerve, which is the vagus nerve, and the stylopharyngeus nerve of 9th cranial nerve. As you saw in the diagram, the external constrictor muscle and internal longitudinal muscle of the pharynx. The function of the pharynx. The important function of the pharynx is the passageway for the air and the food. The another function of the pharynx for warming and humidifying the air. As in the nose, the air is further warmed and moist as it passes through the pharynx. Hearing. The two eustachian tubes open into the nasopharynx to the each of the middle ear, allow the air to enter into the middle ear. Protection. The different type of the lymphoid tissue, adenoid tissue are present in pharynx, which produce the antibodies in response to swallowed and inhaled antigen. Speech. The pharynx, acting as a resonance channel for sound, is ascending from the larynx it had to give the voice its individual characteristics. Taste. There are the olfactory nerve ending of the sense of the taste in the epithelium of the oral and the pharyngeal part of the pharynx. The blood supply of the pharynx is by facial artery and the venous supply is through facial and internal jugular vein. The nerve supply is from the pharyngeal plexus formed by the parasympathetic and sympathetic nerves. Parasympathetic supply is by vagus and glossopharyngeal nerves and the sympathetic supply is by from the superior cervical ganglion. For any query, contact at this number. Thank you.